Welcome to Still Talking Uncut. I'm your host, Big Easy, joined tonight by two master distillers.
Winners.
Two master distiller winners. A kind of iffy one, and my co-host, Sean Rigsby. And, we're honored enough to have a real master distiller winner on the episode. Uncle Dum Dum won the Ultra High Proof episode. If you haven't watched it, go check it out, man. It's one of my favorite episodes. So
you just liked it because I beat Steve.
You got two retards fighting in the championship.
I didn't know either one of y'all when I watched that. So that one had some good laughs. That one had some good laughs.
Oh yeah, some stupid things were done on that show.
Yeah, some things were done that made you question a few things.
Oh yeah,
and we talked about that one for a while in our little group. It was a good time. So
Sharpie.
Yeah, the old pen cap. So we might as well get it out there. We on there on Uncle Dum Dum's episode was the one where the goat lady. That's what I refer to her as. She put the old Sharpie cap in the end of the worm.
I wouldn't even give it that much respect. Okay, let's be honest. I've got goats. She's got goats. Okay.
So
I got a Sharpie around here somewhere, but
so what you're saying is Sean uses orange Sharpie caps for orange flavoring.
There you go.
That's what we get.
And she was a sheep farmer. Yeah, so it wasn't goats.
All right, sheep. when you're drunk enough, they all look the same. So.
Well, we can ask Steve what she actually had.
From behind, you might be right, but
oh man.
So anyway, let's before we not get too invested in this.
What you drinking on over there, Sean?
Well,
show them apples.
I'm drinking on some cranberry juice, just cranberry juice.
Got to clean them kidneys out, huh?
And some Busch Light apple.
I knew that was what coming. Always drinking on that Busch Light apple.
And some other apple juice, but
some adult apple juice.
Yeah.
Man, I was sticking around and found some of that peach brandy I had when we was down in Beattyville. So I'm finishing that off. There wasn't much. There wasn't much left, but so.
You still had it that long?
Yeah, I had a little. I forgot about it. It went up on the shelf with a bunch of other shit, and I was just like, "Hey, man, it was like half a pint."
Wow!
Like, that's going down tonight.
That was the first time I met you, wasn't it?
I think I met you last year in Beattyville, but it was the first time we actually
wasn't. Yeah.
No.
Well, I was the first time that Sean was there. That was the first time I was there. I only went there one time.
In Beattyville?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
were you down in New Stratsville last year? Not this previous year, but in 21? No. I guess that's the first time I met you was in Beattyville.
I don't go to Ohio.
you ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing nothing but good liquor and cold ass weather.
That's right.
Well,
you might slightly disagree, but
isn't Steve from Ohio?
Hey, we can't claim them all right?
Yeah.
All right.
It's just like family. You don't choose them, you just tolerate them.
Yep.
So, where you out of? Where you at, Uncle Dum Dum?
Callahan, Florida. We're right across the state line from Georgia. If you're heading up 95, you actually get off the second exit and head west, and you'll be right in the little town of Callahan.
Nice.
Where our distillery is 600 feet from the state line. It's in Hilliard, Florida. That we're opening on the 16th. That's 2 weeks from now.
So you're opening your own distillery on the 16th of this month. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a work in progress, but it's a family thing. It ain't all mine.
It's always a work in progress. So,
yep.
But I'm sure it's a lifetime achievement, a goal or that you've had for a while.
It's something I thought that would never happen.
Well, yeah. Congratulations that all your hard work's paying off and it's finally happening. I'm coming down to Florida sometime. I got family down in Jacksonville, so
We're right outside of Jacksonville.
Yeah, I know. So I'm going to swing over and see. That's where I'm getting at. When I come down there, I'm going to swing over and check you out. So I get the VIP treatment, right? I want the VIP treatment. I want to feel just a little special. Not much, just a little.
All right, we'll let you walk in the back door.
I'm 100% that. Makes me feel special. So.
You know, it's just a tiny little place, but it's what we could deal with. And
hey, man, just like I tell the old lady, it ain't about how big it is. You know, it's about what you do with it. So
I think the location is going to be the big thing.
Nice. It's all about location. So looking forward to pictures and everything you got going on. It's awesome.
She just did what?
I was gonna say, before we go get real invested in that distillery, why don't we talk about what brought you to that point?
How'd you get started? You know, tell us how old were you when you first fell in love with moonshine? How'd you get started? Any family heritage, or is it
Well, I guess now it's been 6 years I've been doing it. The reason we got into it was the price of liquor. You know, I just got tired of paying that high dollar for that bottle. I said, why can't I do that? I researched for a couple of years before I bought my first still, and been all downhill from there. It's I have been doing some research here lately. There is a connection in, by God, all places, West Virginia.
Related. That's so. I trace both sides of my family back to West Virginia. You know,
right. There's my uncle. I guess they're from a small little town. I can't remember the name of it. We're trying to research it. Huh?
Probably Gay.
That's where my buddy Hooch is from.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, our buddy Hooch is from Gay, West Virginia.
Love all Hooch.
Yeah.
You can't go any farther than that, Sean. That's too far already.
No, too far. We did find a Flack cemetery, and we've a whole town of them up there. So we're gonna do some research into that. And I know they were running moonshine up there. That's all they did.
Yeah, I mean, if you got
West
family
Virginia.
that come from Appalachia area, they ran moonshine. Somebody did, unless they were, they ran moonshine. So.
So been doing it for 5 years. Started out with that little still, the 8-gallon still.
All copper rig?
Oh no, Walmart.
No. Oh, like Vever.
Who's that?
Was like a Vever still?
Like a Chinese still kind of thing.
Yeah, there you
style.
go.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, that we had to fix when we got to make it actually work. So
sounds like it. Been there.
Went from that to Sean's daddy's still.
Yeah, Sean's dad makes his way into quite a few shows.
Yeah, his daddy built me a 4-jar still, and put it on top of a keg, 15.5.
Yeah.
Ran that for a few years, and then somehow I talked somebody out of a milk can, 26-gallon milk can.
Yeah, you talked real hard on that
one. If you got it from Sean, I'm surprised it didn't have a scorch in the bottom.
It did. We had to fix that.
It did.
I believe it. I believe that for sure.
And it's actually in my distillery. It's the number one still in my distillery. So
nice.
It's there. And then now we upgraded to the 110. I believe there's a few of them around. I believe Doug Taylor from the show runs one.
So does Lawrence. I think he's got like 2 of them.
Lawrence Pritchard's got 2.
And then you have who should be named got 1.
Yeah, well, I ain't saying his name. I know somebody got one. Huh?
We ain't saying no name. If you know, you know.
Oh yeah. It's that thing beautiful. It runs so sweet. I have a 4-element setup in it.
Nice.
It actually runs too fast. I got to drop it all the way back down to 1 to get some proof out of it. And,
yeah. How big a worm you got on that thing?
Whew. What did he tell me? 50 gallon? 3/4 tube.
Oh,
3/4
nice.
inch.
Huh?
Yeah, you say 3/4 inch.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah.
I do need anybody out there want to get me a proofing parrot for it. That'd be awesome.
You don't have one?
Nah, we're dipping it and checking it as we go.
I think old Sean should donate one of the calls to build you one.
There you go. Yeah, he can deliver it when he comes down on the 17th, right?
That's right. Where you going on the 17th, Sean?
Yeah,
I'll be there for the opening.
We'll
I'll
be
be
on the
there.
17th. It just might not be this month.
Mm-hmm. And I understand that completely, and that's we're just trying to get it open before Christmas because we figure somebody out there is going to want to buy some, and
Everybody wants something warm in their belly on Christmas. So
oh yeah, so that's our big plan. We, in all, my wife, without her, we wouldn't own a distillery. She started this about 2 months ago, and went from nothing to this. We have all our permits, everything's legal, and it's all her doing. It's nice. I wouldn't have been able to do it, and that I got to give shout out to Doug Taylor and his wife. Without them, we wouldn't. Some of the steps we would have skipped. So they helped us out a lot.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'm hoping to be able to do that for somebody else too. And that's what we all got to be out there. We got to help each other out. There's always questions. There's always this and that in those formulas or colas or even getting the permits. Mm-hmm. Every state's different. I don't know. I know in Ohio, the state actually buys all your liquor.
Yep, and then you resell it for them.
Right, and down here we're a 3-tier. I can't even take a case of liquor out my front door. I got to have a distributor come to me to be able to get it out to anybody. So it's going to be store for now.
So is it tougher there to sell then?
Well,
you hear?
It would be. Well, you're already getting paid for it up there as soon as you run it, and you put it in the books. Yeah, they're paying it. It's actually theirs. I'm guessing is the way they consider it.
Yeah,
their liquor.
Yeah, they buy it from you, and then you sell it.
Yeah, the big thing down here in Florida is the 3-tiers state, and like I said, without a distributor, and all the distributors down here want to pay you 50% of what you actually want out of the bottle.
Yeah,
they got to get their cut too, but once you drop it down to 50%, you're not making maybe a couple bucks.
Yeah, it's not
on each bottle.
It's not worth
ridiculous.
Your time. Yeah, unless you're running, And I wonder if it's like that to keep the small distilleries down, because if you're a big giant distillery running 1,000-gallon stills, then you can eat that because your production's so big. So
and it's for us being so small, we've done all this out of pocket. There's no bank loans over our heads. There's no investors. This is all our family, and it all comes back to us. And it's right now we couldn't afford to lose 50% of that bottle.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yep.
Yeah.
So hopefully within a year or so we'll get to that point where we can do it.
I feel like you doing it that way will run a quicker line to you guys profiting compared to, if you had to pay somebody, Did you buy? Well, I guess it don't really matter. Do you own the building?
No.
Okay. So either way, even if you did own the building, you would still be paying on it.
Oh yeah. We funny story with that building. I was just out looking for places, and I started calling a few numbers, and one of the people that I called actually got me in touch with the building owner that we're in. He was literally going to be tearing it down within the week. And yep, he was going to be tearing it down. He was going to be building a house out behind it, and thank God and him, we ended up getting a hold of him and talking. And
you're welcome.
He's been behind us. He's been behind us this whole pushing us along, and there if we need anything, he's always there to help us. And it's been a pleasure and God sent that we did. My wife always says, things happen at when it's supposed to happen, you know.
Mm-hmm. So have you? Is this your first round with distillery, or have you ever worked at one before? Or?
Really?
I'm just asking if you have any
He's
distillery.
he's got to ask the questions that people want to hear the answers to.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to get into it. I just, I was just kind of wondering.
Next
This
question.
is
Next question.
No, and no ill will to anybody, but
Yeah.
we had a little experience where we got experience from getting the shaft and going through that. Probably helped us along to get where we're at today. And
knowledge gained.
You're the only man that I've never met that got a gold medal for something.
Oh, really?
And didn't get to run it. I mean, after that.
Yeah. Ain't that? Well, it wasn't gold. I
Well,
actually got bronze and silver for the 2 that we were running down there.
Well, let's be honest here. You got gold at least once.
At least once.
Yeah, with that one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm talking more so about high proof.
Well, you mean with the show?
Yes, sir.
Being on the show, the high proof liquor. Yeah, I got gold with that. And
tell us a little bit about that experience.
Well, that was my downfall. No, it was a great experience. Master Distillers, I was slated to be on the first season, and I ended up being an alternate and never got called, which was a good thing, I believe. They called me in for season 2. They told me I was going to be on a high proof episode, which I didn't know what they expected out of us. And I just took my corn recipe that I usually run every day and went in there and just did the same thing I did at home. I don't know about you, Sean, but being on the set was when I was the calmest, being there with the still. There was no jitters.
When I was running, it was that way. But when I was making the mash, man, I was nervous as hell because, that's where my opinion, that's where you make your liquor is in your mash. It's not really when you're running. I mean, everybody, if you're trying to run good liquor, you run the still the same way every time for the most part.
Right. Yeah. It was the monotony outside of the getting in trouble outside of the set. I guess
you didn't really get in trouble. Yeah. Some people went to Gatlinburg when they weren't supposed to. I don't know if you were in the middle of that or not. I wasn't, and I'm not going to ask questions.
So
I know nothing about that.
So you filmed at the same time with Sean. Is that the first time you met Sean? Was up there during filming?
Yeah, we were there at the same hotel. We checked in, I think, on the same day. I went down for breakfast the next morning. Didn't know anybody. Didn't get introduced to anybody, and I see this ugly guy sitting there eating breakfast and got all the food on his table, everybody's. And I said, is this for everybody? And I walked up and introduced myself, I think, and said, anybody sitting here? And he was the first one I really got to talk to that at the on set or off set.
Go ahead.
Sean might be ugly as shit and a piece of shit, but he's pretty approachable, and he's not a bad dude when you talk to him.
I am not an outspoken person, but if you're sitting there and I got something to say, I'll say it, or I'll talk to you. I'm not afraid to talk to anybody. You're strangers. You're not a stranger. You're a friend. Our family eventually, and it turned into that. He turned into family. It was. We still today I believe there's 5 of us that still keep in contact, not as much as we used to, but it's what, over 2 years later, and we're still having text messages every once in a while.
Yeah, maybe one of these days we might get some liquor to match with them text messages, but that's the further end to look at.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that.
Might see y'all at a release party at the same time, maybe.
Before we go get carried away here, back to when we met, right? So
Sean's all over the place tonight.
Well, I mean, if you're trying to go in order here, I'm
all right, back.
So when we were sitting there,
and you stole Sean's breakfast.
Yes.
And he-
He had it all.
This big goofy looking fucker comes running down there real quick one morning, and we're all getting ready to go film, and he's like, oh, he's trying, got his get up on, Steve. It's like 6:30 in the morning. He's like, oh shit, I'm fucking late. Well, come to figure it out. Oh wait, you weren't there.
No, it was
Okay,
a day
so
earlier, wasn't it?
Steve come downstairs and fucking huffing and puffing and shit. And he thought he was late. He didn't film that day till later on or next day or something.
It was the next day. I think he did it the day ahead of time.
Oh, it's
That
funnier.
he had to drive his car over there because he had a whole case of apples to go with him. He couldn't ride the community bus. The short bus with the rest of us.
I took both of my buckets and everything with me on the bus.
On the short bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was with those guys that went downtown. You know how they found out about that, right?
Was it Liz?
Yes. It was the Sharpie.
No, old pen cat.
Well, yeah, she's
Told on y'all.
the three of us, Steve, I, and her, got on the van in the morning, and she starts flapping her mouth and talking about what good times she had downtown and tasting all this. And everybody around the set is mic'd. So
Yeah.
we weren't mic'd yet, but the driver was, and
Yeah.
she just let everybody know what we were doing and
Everybody's
what we had
Shut
done.
up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Well, yeah, and they didn't let us out of that van until we shot. That was the
Really?
morning we shot when we were picking out our still parts outside. They didn't let us out of the van till then. And then they put us back in the van. Then they decided to put us up on the back dock until it was time for us to go on set. Then they let us go on set, and then we were right back outside. We weren't allowed around no one. Yep. So, and then she still was talking about it when she's mic'd up.
See, if you were like
I guess she already told it. Might as well just get it out there.
Keep
see
it
if
going.
you were a stand-up citizen like myself,
Oh, yeah?
that problem.
That's them strong words right there, boy.
When they
Strong words.
told me don't go to Gatlinburg, you know exactly what I did. I went around that motherfucker.
I went to Pigeon Forge.
Well,
Went to every distillery and Pigeon Forge I could find.
well, I do remember a trip you were on. You don't remember the trip we took?
The trip we took.
Yeah, there was 6 of us. We were led down a path of. We were supposed to be. It was what? What holiday was it? Memorial Day. And we were told there was going to be a band and all these people and big event, and we were let out to John Boys. You met John Boy.
Yeah, yeah.
And we get out there, there's nothing.
Yeah, we ate good food.
Oh yeah.
And
we had a good time. We went up to that jail. I forget the name of that distillery up there.
Brushy Mountain State Pen.
There you go. Yep. No one had dared get out of the truck, but yeah, we all went up there.
Nope. After that, we're like, no. Everybody was afraid to roll the window down.
Yep. Something might get in. Yeah, they checked us every day. That was, it was a great experience. I'd do it all over again, I believe, if they didn't offer us a bottle as the winning. You get to meet some great people. Like I said, we've had friendships ever since then. People I would have never thought to talk to from Ohio. I
don't blame you.
Yeah, and it was a great experience. The only thing that I believe 2 people on this show regret is that we're still sitting here waiting on a bottle to go on Sugarland shelf.
Still waiting
After it's been aired over a year and a half now, and we've been waiting 2 years.
Yeah, well, it'll be aired in February. We'll do a 2-year date.
Wow. Yep. Yeah, we were. What episode? I know mine's 7. What was yours?
9.
9. Yeah. So
I was the last one before they done the whatever it is that the judges do.
And then I think they did the Washington Rye between our episodes. Was it 8? the George Washington rye.
I think so.
I think they were in between us. It was a good season. I think there was a lot of interesting people on that year.
I think it was the best season that they've had. It was just contestant after contestant, and it was, and it seemed like a lot of really good shiners, and it was at least it was the season that I've enjoyed the most.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's see, how do I say this?
No,
It's the one season.
Use them words wisely.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pull a Darrell. Next question.
Next question. That's how we do it, man.
I know what he's getting at, and it went from people off the street because they were saying they were having a hard time of getting people to show up to more of the moonshiners and the people from the actual moonshiner show. And I guess people are enjoying it. It's been rated well the whole season, season 3. I think it's 4. What are they on, 5 now? Is it 4?
They're doing 4 right now.
Yeah, okay. So
they're showing 4.
But as far as 3, I don't think there was as many episodes like ours. I think there was.
I think COVID had a lot to do with that.
COVID actually halted filming for season 3. I do know. Some people went home and then had to go back.
I could see how it'd be a lot easier just to record a bunch of Master Distiller episodes with guys from the main show because they're already in the area and they live there, and so I can see why season 3 played out the way it did.
Now, while we're on that subject,
what?
if you're going to film a champion thing, don't use people that are on the main show.
Next question.
Next question. We want champions. We want champions. Like bring all champions.
I would believe it would be fair to all of us not to just continuously bring back the same people over and over again. There is more champions than what they're using on the set, and they went around you and I, and they went to season 3 already and using some of them, and where's season 1? There's no representation from season 1 in that championship, was there?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I didn't watch the whole thing. I don't think. But yeah, they're using Richard a lot, and they're using Amanda a lot, and it's there's more of us out here that could be able to go out there and do it. Willing to. All they got to do is call. I guarantee you'd go. Just don't offer me a bottle on the shelf. I don't want it. Because I see what happened with the first one.
I want to do it for the experience.
No, I want to do it for the money.
Yeah.
The experience.
$10,000. Now we're talking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a little different now. I hope it does well. I hope it continues to do well. There's eventually they'll get it back around to us, or they won't. It's okay with me because I have the distillery now to put my own bottles on the shelf, where I don't think it's fair to all the other ones that don't. And it's not fair to me either, but I mean, mine's getting out there.
Yeah.
But then again, it's also not a true representation of Uncle Dum Dum or Sean Rigsby of what we can actually do, because you're not getting our liquor, you're getting Sugarland's liquor.
Correct.
And
it's when you go from a small 50-gallon batch to a 750-gallon batch, it's obviously it's going to be different in a lot of ways. One, the mash is different. People think you just scale it up like you normally would. Well, some things come through more than others.
Oh yeah,
and the still is obviously different. Whether you run it through plates or you actually run it through a thumper 3 times.
Right. And they got the biggest still out there now, don't they? 45.
Are they running it?
No, I don't think so.
Then they ain't got it.
Fair. They're just not running it yet, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
They'll get it up and rolling eventually. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
So
hopefully, more power to them. They've set the way for a lot of us to be able to get out there and do some stuff. I have nothing bad to say about Sugarlands, and other than come on, let's get my stuff out there on the shelf.
Yeah.
You know, let's get it. Sean's tired of me making fucking with him about it. So Sean's ready. I'm ready for a new joke. Come on, Sugarlands. I got to find something else to mess with Sean about. Come on.
Man.
Yeah,
No, I can't wait. I'm gonna go down with him, and
that's it. I just want it, and call it done. You know.
Well, yeah, it's all right. You're not going to go back in there try and get VIP at Sugarlands anymore.
Next question, please.
Yeah, he is. And when we go back after the summer jam, I'm gonna push it on him. Like, man, tell him VIP, Sean, get that VIP treatment.
There you go. Well,
they say they don't give you 50% off anymore, but they give you a wristband so you feel special.
right. Yeah, they won't give you the money off for the merchandise anymore, but they'll give us the samples. They'll let us go in there and sample all the stuff. Well,
hey,
hopefully,
I'll take the 2 drinks and sampling. Let's go.
There you go.
I'll take free liquor.
It'll get you through the door, right? When you're going to bring somebody with you, somebody might buy something. I'm not sure.
I mean, I'll buy something. Every time I go there, I buy something generally.
Yeah.
Well, you probably buy from Old Smoky too, though.
Yes. And if you want to know what it would be, I will tell you.
Where's your sweatshirt at, Sean?
It's actually in there, but my hat is laying right there.
What is it? What do you buy there?
Banana sipping cream. It's the best there is.
Ooh.
I mean, if you're talking tax paid jar.
So who makes a good one that isn't tax paid?
I don't know.
What do you got in the jar?
Huh?
What's in the jar? I know what you got. You ain't even gotta say it, you damn sucker.
Apple juice, man.
Yeah, I know. Damn it. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's apple pie, kind of.
Mm. Yeah, I one day I'll make apple pie. Won't be today.
If you don't.
What you got, Big E? What are you drinking on?
Peach brandy.
Still the rest of it? The last of it?
Yeah.
Damn. In that big old cup?
Yeah, I put a lot of ice in there.
Yep, I'm drinking on Diet Coke.
Yeah, see, I can't go too hard. I got a lot to do tomorrow, so.
We'll have to do tomorrow. Damn, we're fucking early. You got fucking 4 hours. How we get done with before we normally go?
Yeah, I spent the weekend at the distillery, so I had enough for this weekend. I don't want no more.
I could see that. Enough.
Yeah, we started yesterday morning at 7 o'clock and got done about 5 o'clock. We finally called it quits today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been rough. I mashed in some jalapeno. If you like Bloody Marys, I'll have it. No. Sean does.
I like spicy. I'm like Tim, man. Give me nothing spicy. I don't like nothing spicy.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, you can at least appreciate.
Us Ohio boys, man. We got them sissy palates. We don't do heat.
What'd you say, Sean?
I said, yeah, but at least you can appreciate good liquor, whether it's hot or not.
Oh yeah. It's fun to grab a jar from somebody. You know, the big thing, and you guys know it. You hand me a jar, you seen it firsthand. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell you. You know, I'm sorry. You hand me the jar. It's you better be willing to take what I say, and if it's a damn good jar, I'm going to tell you it's a damn good jar. But if it tastes like
I seen it, I seen it firsthand. He was like, bro, all this shit tastes the same.
Every bit of it.
Dumb don't do like, man, all this shit tastes the same.
Well, call me a liar, did it not?
They did, man. And then, you know, like, it was special to my heart. You know, he tried my peach brandy, and he was like, man, this is what peach brandy's supposed to taste like. And I think it hurt the other guy's feelings, but I was just like, man, I felt a little special.
you know, but it doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't do anything for me for you guys to drink my alcohol and tell me it's good when it's shit. You know, the only way it's going to get better.
No, if it's shit, tell me it's shit. So
I can make it better the next time, or give me some hints of what I need to do. I've never had nobody tell me I make bad stuff, so I guess I'm doing pretty good so far. The same thing. Would you guys want somebody to tell you it's the best thing they've ever had, and it's not? Like that peach brandy.
I'd rather them tell me what they didn't like about it as opposed to what they did like about it.
You learn more. You learn more.
You know what they didn't like about it, and
right.
It gives you a little bit of more positive and more valuable feedback than if somebody's like, "Oh, that's great, that's amazing, it's the best thing I ever tasted," and it's like, well, give me a little bit more. I just need a little bit more. So
right.
Completely understandable.
What don't you like about it? Well, yeah, it's too strong. Okay, well,
right.
Then next. I mean,
yeah.
It's like, well, you're just a puss who can't handle the high proof. Don't come at me with it's too strong, pussy. That's Sean. Sean don't like it strong.
Well,
what do you consider strong?
Man, 125.
That's a waste of.
Plus.
Hey, I'm a dollar and cents guy, right?
Hey, if I'm drinking
it don't make sense.
I have to drink less. But if it's for me and I'm drinking it, I have to drink less, which means I keep more in my jar.
But if you had a distillery like Darrell does,
right,
and you sold it at 120, you would lose money as opposed to selling it at 100.
You're damn right you would. That's a total difference. There's a total difference between drinking it and selling it, So that we all know that you're going to sell 100 40, 60 proof flavor jars for every jar of 125 plus proof that you sell, because that's like, you drinking on that apple pie, that's what people want. They want that good. They want that candy in a jar.
That's what we did. All our flavors are right at 40 proof, and we tried them. We went up with it. We went, I wouldn't go further below 40. That's just nothing. But we tried to make it a little bit stronger. There you go. The bush, and it just wasn't. It was harder and more stuff you had to put into it to knock it down for the palates of the ladies. And there's no other way of saying it. The women want to come in there, and if you tell them it's peach in there, they want to taste the peach, and that's what they want to taste.
Candy.
They don't want to taste the moonshine.
Yep.
So
they don't want no alcohol. They don't want no heat.
Yep, and and I have my corn liquor at 100. I'm going to have rye at 80, and we'll have my sugar shine at 80. Which the two that I won the medals for.
I have one question.
Yep.
Are you doing a ultra high proof?
No. No. Nope. That's for sugar. That's for Sugarlands to do. Why would I sell you? Who's going to buy it? If they realize they can get 2 jars out of it, fine. But if they really, it's all
you have to charge accordingly. It's like, here you want some vodka,
right?
you want some high proof vodka, like.
Well, since we're talking about vodka, did I tell you they're not going to do release my vodka? It's going to be like a Moonshiner or whatever.
Right. It's basically they're going to use sugar shine.
Put it in a jar, man. Right? It's just like put it in a jar, put your ugly face on there, and let's call it a day.
Hey man, I'll take it every time.
Not picky here. Not picky at all.
No, I'm going to laugh.
2 years later, they can give me the labels. I'd be happy.
Right.
So, what's your favorite thing to make for yourself?
For me, is my corn liquor.
Favorite thing to make for yourself to drink. You like to make and drink your corn liquor?
Yeah, the
corn liquor. All conversion.
All right. Let me. I do a sour mash that I barrel, and I'd rather sip on that stuff. That's my favorite. Get a little color to it, and I want y'all's opinion because I'm a barrel guy.
Opinion on corn. Well, go ahead.
Well, your opinion is
don't matter.
Yeah, I like barrels.
Don't at all.
Barrels to me take longer, but in the end, you get a better product than sticking a cube or sticking a those
But
sticks in the
I'm 100% believer that sticks, chips, spirals, that's rapid coloring and rapid flavoring. It's not rapid aging. Aging in a barrel gives you a softer finish on the back end that you just don't get out of sticks and
I'm a
chips.
firm believer in if you use sticks, you use chips, you use barrels, it's all a cover for shitty liquor.
right.
There are some alcohols that it makes it.
But some, of
changes
course,
and
there's
makes it better.
there's
quite a few
I'll give
barrel
Darrell,
guys in the
Darrell
comment
makes good
section
liquor.
that
but that's
Right.
just
There's
my
quite-
as a whole.
Right.
there's quite a few barrel guys in the comment section that Sean's throwing shade at the moment. So
Right.
it's just, but sometimes it's needed, so it changes things for the better most of the time.
Hey,
Well, yeah,
so
and-
speaking of wood, I got some.
Oh my!
man.
Keep it to yourself. We don't want it.
No.
That's how you
Listen,
had a kid last time.
some yellow split pea
Oh yeah.
bourbon.
And
You ever had yellow split peas?
no, yeah, I've had them, but I've
Now,
never
what's that, Doug?
drank them.
Tom.
Okay, Tom. Okay.
And I'll tell you what, it is not bad. It's different, but it's pretty good.
Is
I mean,
it
it's
rapid
different.
aged or is it barrel?
No barrel, 2 year.
Yep. Why have
Man, that,
being
you
new
can't
in
mimic
it,
that barrel. You can't mimic
No.
time.
We have
and I have a 15 already filled with my sour mash. I already got a label for it, but it won't be for 2 years till it hits the streets. And
I'll feed him.
I got 2 other barrels to fill when I get enough to put them in there. But I won't rapid age. I see bottles sitting on the shelf with sticks in them.
Yeah. Well, see,
Char in a jar or jar age. Jar age, and
a lot of-
that's all show. That's all
Yeah.
show. That's just like candy. A piece of chewing gum in the bottom of a piece of candy. It's all show.
It's
what
got to
it
be.
is.
It's got to be soaked in
But-
sugar, I guess, before it's stuck in there. Huh?
But
lot of
people like that. Like, you'd be surprised that people like that. I go out to Hatfield's Distillery in West Virginia, and he sells a shit ton of them with the little char sticks in them because people like to see it. They want to shake it. They want to shake it and drink it. So it's
I didn't
it's
know.
all-
Honestly, I didn't know he did that before he gets on me.
yeah, like it's all about eyes. It's people
Right.
like that stuff.
there's a distillery here in Dayton actually that has my old still that Easy you asked me about not too long ago. The Hall Brother Distillery. They
The Hall
have
Brothers, right?
Yeah, they've got a 2-stick. It's called a 2-stick bourbon, I think. I'll have to get it. I got a bottle out my building. But they put it in a crate. It's really fucking cool. And it's pretty good. But what I was getting to a minute ago, talking about bourbon and stuff, these new distilleries, a lot of the people that open the distilleries will source in liquor, especially like the barrel aged stuff, because how do these people open up distilleries and source it in? I'm not telling you that's something you should do, but that would be Lorenzo.
Right, I understand. Yeah, you can ship me down some. I'm a firm believer, and I do believe if you come to my
selling your own shit.
Yes, if you're coming to my distillery, you're coming there for my stuff. The neutral grain spirits.
You want
I want people to
2-year-old
enjoy
bourbon
my
to come
stuff.
back in 2 years.
Right.
Give me time, it'll be here.
There might be a market out there to sell them the whole barrel. Say, here it is. It's your barrel. Here's a bottle of Shine. Put the two together and let it sit.
Right.
Damn, Sean, you drank too much?
No, I'm trying to help my son with the dog real quick.
It's a little earlier than normal, so Sean's got a very busy house at the moment. That's why we usually go at 10 o'clock, because it's usually
I'm
less.
sorry. I'm
Oh,
late
that's
and got to go to bed.
No, we're
all good.
gonna start doing this a little earlier, hopefully.
We're not.
Because it's
It ain't gonna happen. We're gonna talk about it, but it ain't gonna happen.
You're the late guy. You stay up all night, Biggie.
It all depends. It all depends.
I'm too old for that stuff.
Late to bed, early to rise.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
So, Dum Dum, what's your
Dumb.
what's your mash process in the whole? Like, do you steep your grains or do you cook your grains?
I just steep. The heck with the cooking. I've done it both ways, and they both come out decent. But it's just, to me, I love cracked corn. I love the taste of it after you steep it, and it's been
Old school.
yeah, and it's what won the show for me. It's what won prizes for me, and it's you ever heard the old KISS method?
Keep it simple, stupid.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
So why
If
go
it ain't
through all the
broke.
trouble? Right. Why go to all that trouble to do all that? Which there are other purists out there that's going to do it and not put a grain of sugar in their mash bill and get a good product.
Well, that's for big distillers, in my opinion.
Right.
That's their way,
Yeah.
And they have the time, like you said earlier. They have the time, they have the money, they have the manpower, they have everything in their favor. They can do that stuff. And I'd love to be able to cook off of propane every day. Do my distillery with propane. I don't have that. I got to use electric, which is fine. It's quick, but it's expensive.
You got to do what you got to do.
Is it more expensive than gas on a monthly basis? Do you know yet?
Not yet, but I've been forewarned by the electric company already that I need to get another meter put on my building. So I think it's going to. I think next month we'll find out.
Maybe find out, huh?
My Christmas gift will be the electric bill.
Yeah.
Man, I've heard it don't make a big difference, but these people, they weren't running what you are consistently.
Right, and that's like I said, that building was about to get knocked down, and they've got to go in there, replace a few things to make it a little better, upgrade it some. And
have you thought about? Go ahead.
We're kicking around the idea of putting the second meter in there. I've learned a lot about electric, and once you hit all four of those elements on at one time, that's what your electric bill is set at for the whole freaking month. So understand
maybe you ought to start with two and see what happens. I mean, I'm not a
like. All right, so take two and kick them on real low the night before, and just let them run overnight. And then by the time you get there the next day, then you just turn them up a little bit and you're running.
Well, yeah. Well, we did learn, out of trial and error. We kick it on with 3 and we drop it down to 1, and we've had the best runs doing it that way. You're getting it up and you're getting that pot heated up, and then you can drop it down to 1. You're not going through the cool water or the ice. We use ice. Or cold water, and it dropping it down to 1. It takes a little longer, but good things come to those who wait. Yep. You know what I mean?
I see a lot of guys run them like that, where they use a 2, 3, 4 to get it up to temp, and then they just drop down to 1.
Right. Yeah, that's what Doug told me, and I didn't listen to him, and I should have. And he drops it all the way down to 1 after he heats it up himself. So,
I wonder
maybe somebody else sitting around there will understand what I'm saying, and they'll get the idea.
I wonder what kind of solar panel rig you'd need to run your stills off of. Like down there in Florida, man, Sunshine State, solar panel set up.
How much would the batteries cost me to sit there and freaking charge, huh?
I understand that. I'm just saying, you
would it be worth in the long run?
Yeah, in the long run, 5 years down the road, you just never know.
Well, we were kicking around.
Put a windmill outside. Put a couple windmills outside the building.
There is a diesel generator sitting out back. Would that be cheaper?
Probably not right now. At $40 a gallon. I'd say no. So I just harness the wind off them hurricanes, man. You have enough energy to last you a year.
Well, yeah, it's been. We ain't had it bad. past couple of years. You know,
Yeah.
they've all been down south. I'm so far up north. It's southern Georgia.
Yeah. You get
So
the high
far
winds and
north.
some rain.
Hey,
off
I'm
up
just
there.
curious. What's the temperature there right now?
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
It's
Hold on.
28 here.
I can tell you. Hold on, I'll
Feels
look on
like
my phone.
20.
Boy, 72.
28 feels like 20 here. A cold 20.
I'll ask Google. How's that? I'll ask Google. That'd be good.
Google ain't very
What's
smart.
temperature in Callahan right now?
63 degrees.
You were close.
Yeah.
61, if you can see it. I don't know.
Hey, man, you know, it ain't 20.
Yeah, it's 61 and partly cloudy.
Here you go, Darrell. How about that?
I froze all my
heck
hair
no.
off outside when I walked out earlier.
No, I did see on Facebook. I got to see some of the Maggie Valley, their parade. They had some pictures, and everybody's bundled up to no end, and they're like chill, cold as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was cold there when we went up to last year for the fall jam in November. I had shorts on. That's, you know.
You had jorts on?
Yeah. We're built differently up here.
Oh.
Now, let's not get this out of hand here. I don't like
Sean don't own a pair of shorts.
I do.
They make do they
He
make
likes
hey,
He
What
likes
else?
to show off them
boots yet?
pale legs.
I actually own a pair of bibs now too.
Wow. That's the
color.
other thing. You know, I wanted to
Same
say
color as his dad, Rick's.
I'll break them out
Brown.
at the right time.
Him and his dad got matching bibs.
No. These are actually bibs. His are cold weather shit.
Spin it however you want there.
Do the Crocs make boots?
They do.
Who wears Crocs?
Oh yeah, you're on Hey Dudes. Does
Yeah,
Hey
Hey
Dudes make
Dude.
boots? Yeah.
Hey, wait
Dude,
till you see this. These Hey Dudes I'm gonna be getting here soon. You're gonna love them.
where's your sippy cup?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't. No, where's your
Where's
sippy
your
cup
sippy
from?
cup?
Oh, it's at work.
Bradyville.
It's at work.
You should have had your sippy cup for the show. That's messed up, Sean.
Wow.
My
Keep
man
it at
gave
work
you-
now.
gave
They
you a
like that when
present?
they walk into the lab and they see a Busch Light can.
They know it ain't. They don't think it's yours because it's not an apple.
Right. Well, it was as close as we could do. Busch Light.
Hey, Busch Light's where it's at when Apple's not around. Weren't you at the Chop House that night when I asked for Busch Light and everybody fucking laughed at me?
Yeah, when I dumped my drink on the table, I remember that night. Yeah. Yeah, what a night.
We were filming and they're going around and asking everybody what they want. I'm like, y'all got Busch Light? And the lady just looked at me and everybody fucking started laughing.
It was funny. We're in a semi-expensive
funny.
steakhouse, and he's asking for Busch Light.
Y'all
Really?
got any Milwaukee's best ice back here? Pour me a glass of Beast.
PBR. You got some PBR in there?
That shit's nasty.
Yeah, you could be drinking
That's
Keystone.
awesome.
Keystone Light.
I'd probably rather drink that to PBR.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But anyway, so Darrell.
Uh-oh. What?
Next question. Next question. Sean, get serious. It's next question. He's asking something ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, Darrell, tell me.
I
Tell me.
was going to ask you, are you like a distilling yeast kind of guy, a bread yeast kind of guy, or a turbo yeast kind of guy? But before I ask that question, do you make a yeast starter when you do it?
Nope.
Is that no on the yeast starter? Okay.
No. I have I use Red Star for my corn. And yes, I use turbo for my sugar. Why not? Why not? Well, it has the nutrients in there. It has the yeast.
Man.
You know, and yes, exactly. It gets the job done. You're making a neutral spirit. What the heck does it matter if it's turbo or whatever it is? I'd love to know the chemistry of how to make my own yeast. You know,
Well,
maybe
let's find out what's in turbo yeast, and then just add it to normal yeast. All it is different nutrients and shit, from my understanding.
well, I mean yeast in general. I just want to, propagate my own.
So take a log Have you heard this
Take
before?
a log.
No.
Dip when you
Tell
make
us,
your mash.
master.
When you make your I don't know, I'd try your turbo or your turbo yeast. Next time you do that, dip that motherfucker down in there like a wooden log, like just a small one.
Uh-huh.
And then
Log.
I swear to God,
Okay.
when you're done with it, pull it back out and just fucking hang it
All right.
on the wall or something. I swear to God, this is Alan Bishop.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. And that's where my yeast
is
is going to come from.
And
This is above your pay grade, Sean.
I know, but that's what he does whatever the fuck he does, and he just puts that log back down into the next batch, and it takes off from the yeast.
So I'm guessing the everything in that barrel that you're sticking in is going to attach to that log, dry up, sit there and propagate, and when you stick it in the next batch, it's going to do its thing. I can understand it working, but
essentially,
right.
That's he just explained everything you said in like 3 seconds. Totally, just Uncle Dum Dum knocked that out of the park in like 3 seconds.
Hey, I never
Well
claimed
done.
to be smart. I never
Well
claimed to
done.
be smart. God damn it!
Me either.
I second that.
I can just get it done generally.
I don't know how, but I don't know why, but I know how. That's all.
Exactly. I don't know why it works, but I know that it does.
I know it does. So, my man.
Well, one of our buddies was supposed to start doing that in his birthdays today, Lorenzo. He was supposed to start his own yeast, and we never heard nothing about that.
I forgot all about that.
Yep.
He's one of them. I actually talked to him tonight too about being on here.
Yep.
He's one of smart people.
Yeah, he put all three of us in the dumb category.
Mm-hmm.
I would believe he's got his shit together, and he's going to be stepping in a very big distillery if he hasn't already. I don't know if they've started yet.
It takes very little to put me and Sean in a dumb category. So,
well, man, I'll tell you what.
I set the bar real high.
I'll tell you what. I would rather be expected to be dumb and wind up smart than expected to be smart and wind up dumb any day of the week.
Right.
Now that I just kind of play that at work, that fucking sucks.
So Sean, you being the vodka king,
the vodka king.
When are you opening up a distillery and putting that vodka out there on the show?
I fucking hate you.
When you open up that distillery, Sean, I've heard about it a little bit here and there,
Well, there's a guy in New Straitsville that's.
Isn't that where Steve's from?
No.
Oh, I thought he was.
No. Steve actually told me not to do it. He said it's as far away from the highway that it's probably not a good idea to do it. But there's a guy that is from there, actually. He moved to Columbus. He's a fairly successful fella. And he bought basically a block in New Straitsville of downtown. And he put like a beer garden. And there was a distillery that was there. He bought the distillery out. They closed. Well, they took everything. It was a Hocking College distillery, and basically he was looking for somebody to go in and work the back of it. Set the back up, make it functional, run the stills. So that's going to be something in itself. He's actually got the front of the house almost done, actually.
Wow.
Now, so, but he's obtaining beer licensing or something to sell beer. I don't know. Beer and liquor.
Wow.
But.
So he's going to sell everybody's beer. Beer and liquor. He's on a distillery. He's not a brewery, right?
He's supposed to be a distillery, but it's going to be like they're going to serve food and stuff. I don't know how exactly how it's going to work.
Well, he's going to have everything. See, that's one of the things when we were looking at our permits here in Florida, the categories that you end up in, and we're actually a craft distillery. Where a lot of the distilleries around here are actually under a restaurant category because they serve food, and we're not going to be serving. We're just doing our liquor, and that's it.
See, apparently up here, it's harder to start a distillery than add food to it, like certain foods, I guess. But like if it's just like pizzas that you throw in, then that's cool.
Right.
But I don't know. There's a lot of, obviously, there's a lot of hoops to work around. But this guy's got a lot of successful shit in Columbus.
Right.
But I don't know. He basically came to me. He's like, hey, look, I'm not looking for a money backer. I'm not looking for anything like that. I'm looking for somebody that can run the back of the house.
Wow. Well, that's good. Because you knew you were broke.
I'm broke. Me and Easy discussed this earlier, son. I'm broke, but I'm not poor. Okay. I'm broke is getting by, just barely.
Still here.
Yep.
I'm still here. So
Yeah.
that's all that matters. Well, like here in Ohio, you could sell like cold sandwiches and chips and things like that as long as you don't have to heat it up without having to get the health license and all that. So as long as you're not selling hot food,
And
like
food
you
trucks.
could,
Like you can have food trucks.
yeah, you could bring food trucks
Right.
onto your property, no problem. But if like you wanted to make a bunch of cold sandwiches and sell them with chips as combos, you could without having to get food licensings and things like that. It's just when you start cooking things that you have to health codes and things like that. So
Well, we wanted to avoid that at all costs. We didn't want nothing to do with it. We trying to get it. We got everything done. Believe it or not, the wife got it done in 2 months, or under 2 months. From getting the lease to getting all the permits and everything else.
smart man, letting her take the reins.
Yeah,
Smart
I'm not
man.
stupid.
Yeah. You gotta know. It's like, look, man, that's the better half.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a team effort.
I'd probably one time I'm gonna tell a story. We left and I rushed out of here and she told me to get ready and we go to this apple festival or walk around the apple festival and she's like, do you got 2 different color shoes on? My ass had on a red shoe and a blue ass shoe, and I was like, I'll be damned. I got on 2
You
different
played
shoes.
stupid. I know how you did it.
And I was just like, no, I got on 2 different color shoes. And we're walking around, and she's like, see my husband? This dude walked out of the house with 2 different color shoes on. So not only did she didn't help me to get ready like she should have. So I blame her.
Yeah, when you were down.
Yeah, she was pointing it out. Like, look, this dude's got 2 different color shoes on. So I get it, man. You gotta let the better half take control most of the time.
We wouldn't be where we're at without her.
So,
she did everything.
Right. What is you and Cindy's goal with the distillery? Like, what is your plan? I mean, I know it's new and you haven't even had your grand opening yet, but I mean, are you planning on like expanding ever? Are you planning on opening a second location? What's your
we're looking to see how this one goes. There is no after plan or going forward plan. Our plan at the moment is
this. Let's get this one rolling.
Yeah, let's see how this goes and go from there. It's the same. That would go along with that distributorship. Like I said, it's we got to see how we do opening the doors. Yeah. We're in a small town, but we're only 600 feet from a dry county. State line. So right across the state line.
Yeah, that's money, dude. Right when I said drive
down that road, that's money.
Location, man. Well done. Well done.
So it is a benefit to us. So we're hoping we're going to do really well. We've had every time we're there's somebody banging on the door asking us what we're doing, and now that we have our windows done up like they are, they know right where we are and they know exactly what we're doing, and they're stopping ready. And asking us if we're open.
You might want to advertise a lot in that dry county. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, we're already looking.
Put you a big billboard up facing the county. Yep. Point lights at it at night. Like,
we are here
in this county.
That's right. We are. Yeah.
We're looking to find some signs that say your first stop in Florida for alcohol, and on the other side of the building, we're going to put your last stop in Florida for alcohol.
Yeah,
So
once you stop here, you ain't got to go anywhere else. So.
exactly, it's just been a dream
can't-
come true, and
I
I hope.
wait to see it.
Thank you. And I hope more of us are stepping towards that, and we're here to help. I know there's a few with labels. I don't even know how many from season 1. I know Peter owns a distillery, correct?
Peter does, Lawrence does, Jared does,
Right.
and I don't really know who else was on season 1.
Yeah, we'll be like that soon. No one's going to remember us. So
nobody remembers me now.
Right. Well,
we went down to, when we were down there, me and Jenny went down to Gatlinburg. Obviously, we walked up and she talked from the time we got in line until the time we got up front. She talked me into saying something to him.
Right.
Because I wasn't going to.
Ian
knows. And, when we did, basically they looked at me and made me feel like a fucking idiot, which is cool and all, but they owe me a fucking label. But anyway, we went to the back, we were done and we went to the back and all that shit and we started drinking. And we met this couple, man. And we sat down and we started, they were older folk, and we were talking. And I asked the guy, and I said, man, he's like, oh, well, I know I've met Mike and all that. And I said, have you ever seen Master Distiller? And he's like, oh, yeah, I love that shit. That's cool as hell. And I got up and I went and got something to drink and come back. And I sat down and I looked back at him. I said, do you know why I asked you that? And he's like, no. And he goes, well, I was on there. And I said, no, I was on there. He was like, oh, fuck. He looked over at his wife. He said, I told you he was on there.
Right.
The only reason I said that is because Jenny's always telling me, like, you should have said something.
Yeah, you need to get out there and let them people know who you are. It's there's good things that could happen from it. We went in there and I had the same experience up front. I didn't meet anybody or in the back, but I had them. They were talking. I walked out after I paid the money. Yep. Walked out and come back in, and they're pointing and laughing at me like it's look at this dummy, thinks he gets something for nothing around here because he was.
See, and the thing is, we after I introduced myself, we talked to the people, like we had a blast.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it was a good time, got to meet people. And then David Masters come in. I don't know if you know him. And he was just fucking talking to everybody.
Right.
But it was a good time. I enjoyed the shit out of it.
Well,
I'm thankful for being on there, or the opportunity. I wish Scott won.
Yeah, we're right. It's
We're feeding bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily.
And it's all in what they wanted that day. It's three people's opinion of those 2 jars, and that day was yours.
That's not the first time. All 3 of them.
Yeah, it's
a few of them had it.
But,
right. It's it's an experience, and because you went on there, it led to you being here. You sitting here, you got to make friends with Uncle Dum Dum, who you're gonna be friends with for the rest of your life. So it's whether you go and it turns out the way you want or not. In the end, you gain so much camaraderie and friendship and knowledge that it's no matter what happens, it's worth it.
The connections. The connections were the big thing in the friendships. It's
that's why I preach to people. Anybody that wants to learn, reach out to me. It's not because I know everything, but it's because I know the people that do know.
Yeah, if I don't know it, I'll point you to
the
right person. Most of the time, I don't know it. Like that's most of the time, I'm pointing you like, nah, dude, talk to
95%.
But at least you're helping.
Right. I'll point you in the direction of someone that does. Anybody that wants to know why and who the fuck I send them to, Ian? Sure the fuck ain't me.
Right.
Ain't me.
Phil Billy. Get on YouTube, go check out Phil Billy Moonshiner.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we all got something, so that's all that matters.
So So if you were to buy a still, for something, who would you go to? You two guys, both of you. Who would you go to talk to about getting a still
Pot?
built?
A pot?
Yeah, a pot.
Kevin Gordon.
Thumper and
Nope.
worm.
Nope. I won't buy a thumper or a worm from anybody, but I'll buy a pot and a cat from 3 people, maybe 4, depending. If they have it done at the time. You just say 4 of these people have it all done at the time, I'll buy it from them.
Right. So
Kevin?
out of those 4, what would be the one that you, if they all had them done at the same time? I'm putting you in the spot right now.
If they were all the exact same pots, same length arm, same gallon,
Whichever
pot.
one gave me a better deal. Whoever gave me the best deal.
Right.
Well, let me tell you this. These are the only people I would buy copper pots from.
Yeah.
We'll make it 5. Be Kevin Gordon.
Here we go, 5. Okay.
Be Kevin Gordon. It'd be Donnie Benton. North Georgia, 3. I can't fucking hold my fingers up. North Georgia. Copper Still Co.
Too much apple pie.
Too much.
And Brian Silcott. If they were all done at the same time.
I never heard of that. The 4th one.
Copper Still Co.
Yeah.
He's
out in Washington.
That's just because you're not on TikTok.
He's
right.
Yeah, he's a new business. He's a good dude. Makes really good stuff.
Yeah,
and he's all the way out on the West Coast.
Sorry, not to stop you, but yeah. Kevin Gordon is a guy that's been there for a while. I've known Kevin Gordon, and it was kind of funny because I knew Kevin before I knew Kevin, if that makes sense. Like I knew his stills before I actually met him.
Right.
I actually met him on set. He come in and he goes, "How are these stills running?" I said, "Well, it depends whether I wear or not." He goes, "Well, I'm the one who built them." I said, "Well, I'll let you know in a couple days."
I'll let you know.
I'll let you know. He was there for because the one got freaking scorched really bad, I think.
Yeah,
I think that's what they called him down there. Yep. And he's the one, I went to because of what I ran, what I experienced with his 20-gallon there on the show. It was just
I trust down Moonshiner Jerry to build me a still too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How the fuck?
Yep. Now you backtracking, Sean?
Yes.
Only because I said something. Only because old Bennett said something in the comment section. We had to make sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
you can't read.
Jerry
too much apple pie.
Jerry don't claim it as a business yet.
Yeah. He's still real low key,
But Jerry does build fucking badass shit, obviously. You all seen
badass shit. Yeah.
Well, this would be the time to buy one from him.
I've seen some shit I ain't supposed to.
Yeah, apparently.
Bennett, Dick.
But I would have. I mean, I actually have.
And you named everybody but your dad.
Yeah, but you're not talking. I'm talking about pot wise.
Okay. Copper.
Yeah. I bet your dad could build you a copper pot.
When he builds a copper pot, we'll talk. Get the roller out, bitch. We'll start
challenge issued, bitch.
Challenge issued right now, Rick. I will build
challenge issued.
Build a 5-gallon. I'll build a 5-gallon all copper pot, and we'll see who does the best. But anyway, so James Hatfield actually builds a decent still. The worms are a little smaller for my liking, but whatever. I've got one of those that I actually picked up from a guy, and I've got one of Kevin's that I picked up from him. But that's for another
episode.
Story. So yeah.
Another episode.
But I do like Brian Silcott stills. Ian's got one. I would have one when I could afford one, they were available, if that makes sense.
Right.
But I want to take
I looked out and
scored
one right when it was still cheap.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I like copper, man. I mean, I'd run even the bigger you go, if you have copper, if you can afford it, it's the way to go, in my opinion.
Donnie did have some beautiful stuff up there when we were up that way. Yeah. So
Did
he
you go
to his house?
Yes, you were there. Did you go in his building or his barn?
Oh yeah, yeah. We went up there the week before and dropped the trailer off because it was the week after
I forgot about
popcorn.
that. Did he
I
take
took
you
my-
down to that little still site he had right there?
We didn't go. We didn't have time for it. We dropped the trailer and we had to go all the way over to Memphis. The wife had to see the king,
Okay.
so we had reservations out there. She had to see the king, and then
Gotta take her to see the king.
oh yeah, it was between popcorn. We took that week off between popcorn and Bettyville. I enjoyed it up there. It's beautiful, and I had planned on going back up for Woolly Worm, but I just didn't have the time or the money at that moment. You know, I feel bad about not showing up, but I love them people up there, and I love that country.
The first time we went down and stayed at Donnie's, it was kind of cool because Teresa messaged me and she goes, "Hey, how close are you to Mansfield?" I'm like, "I don't know, about an hour or so." And she's like, Donnie was looking online and he found these 5-gallon stainless basically pots.
Right.
And she said he would not text you and ask you how close you were. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
And I'm like, well, fucking, I'm about an hour or so. She said, well, if you picked them up, would you be interested? She said, if you're not too far from there, would you pick them up? I said, well, yeah. So I said, well, when do you want them? When does he want them? He goes, no, whenever. I said, well, what are y'all doing next weekend? We didn't have nothing going on, you know.
Right.
They were like, oh, nothing. I said, well, fuck, I'll go pick them up and then we'll just come down there next weekend. So me and Braden, so I went and picked them up and me and Braden rode down there. And Braden was 13 years old. And this was like, huh?
I seen the pictures.
Yeah. So this was the first time Braden ever met anybody from the actual moonshine.
Wow.
And dude, he was like fucking
starstruck.
Yeah. So we went down there and Donnie was like, oh yeah, come over. You know, he made a flower. He showed, you know, he had Braden making a flower for his mom out of a sheet copper and stuff. And
wow.
It was cool. He had a blast. And we went down to the cave and then he took us down to the little still site that with the what do you call it? The old satellite dish.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yep. He took us down there and well, he was more like it's down that way, go find it. So we went down there and found it. It was pretty cool.
Well, my wife will never go up in that country anymore.
Oh, because of how hilly it is. And shit.
Yes, up and down and around the bend, and yeah, and we were pulling that trailer too, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
She was not too happy.
Dude, that's what a lot of people don't really, understand. Like, just because it's Kentucky, they're like, oh, well, it's not Tennessee and North Carolina. Like, yeah, exactly. But
hey, man, them foothills, they don't play.
No,
yeah,
no. Where Donnie lives, man,
he's way out. Well, the thing is with Donnie, Ian, I don't know if you've ever been out there or not.
Yeah, I remember when we were down in Beattyville. We went up there.
We all went up there.
And you go up to his fucking address and you got to you pull up, you're like, fuck, there's a pink mailbox. And you back up and you turn left.
Yep.
Every time I go up there. Every fucking time.
It's Copper Hill Road?
Copperhead Road.
Copperhead Road, yeah.
I remember before we went, some lady told my wife, she was like, enjoy the curves to get there. And the whole way she's like, she wasn't lying. Oh my God, slow down. Oh my God. And I'm like, no, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Well, what's cool is when you get to go down there next time.
Yeah.
There's a you may have been there. I don't know, Darrell, but there's a waterfall. He calls it the car wash.
Right. We didn't go there.
You didn't go there?
No.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, some of them fucking creeks and shit, man, you pull up under there and it's just like clear as driven snow. I mean, you'll pull up under this cliff, man, and just a little waterfall will just fucking run off on it.
I do believe is that he tends to get some water there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think he did take us there. Not him, but his buddy had us. We followed out when we were leaving.
Was it fuck, what's his name? Goddamn, I can't remember what his name is.
Take another drink.
Shut
That
up.
might help.
Just an
Look,
apple in you.
this was full. I don't drink.
What's the proof?
I don't drink, officer.
What's the proof?
Yeah,
This was probably a good 80 proof from the start.
well, that's good.
I don't, hey, if I'm going to make, that's my problem. I make flavors 70, 80 proof, like I told you,
Right.
because that's how I like them. A lot of
Right.
people don't, but if I'm drinking it, that's how I like it.
Oh yeah, you got to make it for you too. You know that stuff that we're making. You could sit there and drink on it all day, and I
You have not had anything that I've ever made.
nope.
Neither
No.
has Easy, other than the well.
No, I made some corn with you before, but
That
nothing
and,
like
yeah.
nothing like.
Well, you
It'll
keep
happen,
telling
but-
me you're going to bring me something, and it never.
Yeah,
It never. You too, me.
just keep
You
listening.
never get
man.
nothing either.
It never, you know.
I forgot.
Just be happy if he shows up. That's all.
I was supposed to get a hoodie for. I think it's 2 years now. I was
Oh,
supposed to get. Yeah.
Supposed to get a what?
A hoodie.
You haven't got that yet?
No. Yeah, I think you gave it. No. Did I get it
Yeah.
last time?
I'm gonna ask
I might
you
have
if I think you got it. If you
Just
have
say
you,
you didn't. Just
No,
say
no,
you
no.
didn't.
No, you didn't give it to me
I
Oh.
did.
because you didn't have it.
There you go.
We were. It's at Maggie Valley.
You
What
got every
size you
size
wear?
but the one you needed.
2X.
Okay, I'll make sure you get it.
You heard them right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody heard this.
I need one too.
Hey, can you get your dad to get us a shirt?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Huh?
My dad's 6 feet underground.
Whatever. You know what the hell we're talking about.
Somebody show Daddy Rick Gibson.
Yo, daddy. Yo,
Hey,
big.
When
Yo,
Rick
big-
Gibson gets on Discovery Channel, then we'll talk. That's a low dig to the fucking.
Oh man. Well, I think we're you got anything else you want to talk about, Sean?
Absolutely, if you want to keep going.
You know, it's
Next question.
well, this was fun. I'd do this again.
You know what? We
Dig
will
on Sean again.
gladly have you on again, Uncle Dum Dum. You know, this was
Yes.
awesome.
We
Yeah.
definitely want you on after your.
The
Yeah,
opening.
we want to know how your distillery's going after it gets open, up and rolling. We'll have you back. Definitely want to hear about it. Hopefully by then I'll have come down. I'm thinking about making a trip down later this month around after Christmas, before New Year's, around New Year's.
Yeah, well,
So if I
we'll
do, I'm
definitely be
definitely coming
open.
by. And
If he does, let me. If you go down there, let me know.
yeah.
all right,
Send-
so I
send
can
cash.
take him a jar of my liquor and tell him it was yours.
Braden.
Gotcha.
Okay.
The I'll put a plug out there. Uncle Dum Dum Swamp Juice. You know, we have the .com and the website, the Facebook. We will be open the 16th. Hopefully the labels are printed by then. So the 16th will be open, and pretty sure we'll be open every day after that. So come on out, and I hope you guys you do come out. I'll get you the VIP tour, and
Back door, baby. Yeah.
there you go. You know, if either one of you do get down here, you guys, if you get down here and you need a place to crash, we do have an extra room.
My man. Yeah, my father-in-law lives in Daytona Beach, so we go down. We stay with him. But
Okay.
you know, Sean, there you go, man. Got you a place to stay.
Man, I ain't above paying for a place to stay, but
I ain't above sleeping in the car either. You know, it really
I've
don't
been down
matter
that
to
road
me.
before.
So,
And man, I'll tell you what, Darrell, I'm happy as hell.
yes,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
you know,
Congratulations.
you already know. You know, I'm proud of you, and I'm happy that
You
you're
know-
doing what you're doing because it need to be done. I mean, you know, unlike me and Ian, you know, you've been down that route. It didn't work out for you, not on your terms, but
No.
you know,
And anybody who's opening a place are looking to talk to somebody about a label. If it sounds bad, it's bad. And if you need to talk to somebody about it to figure out the wrong experience, give me a call.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can help you out and tell you what not to look, what to look out for. Make sure you get everything in writing.
So one thing before we get off here, what would you say aside of the building expense to opening a distillery? What would you say your biggest expense will be? And by building, I mean just the normal, rent or lease or mortgage and gas, electric, and you know what I mean.
Well, it's the products, right? The things you got to use, the jars, the yeast, and everything else that goes into making all that stuff is jacked up. Skyrocketed in the last 2 years. That it's hard. Some of them it's hard to get a hold of, and the biggest expensive is finding that stuff and keeping it in stock.
Making sure you have it.
Oh yeah, and anybody who's opening a place, I don't care if it's a distillery or any type of business, it's those those months that you're planning and you're buying everything to put in there is what kills some people. You're putting out so much, up front.
You got to put up so much money just to get your basics.
Oh yeah,
and then you've got to have so much extra just to keep it going, because you can't like go a week and be like, oh, we don't have this ingredient, because then it just puts you so far behind, and so you have to put up so much money just to get started, and it's like we're going to be in business for 2 years before we start making profit.
Oh yeah, yep.
So I gotta ask.
Oh, here we go.
James.
Yep.
Is he part of your distillery, or is that no, or is that?
Oh yeah.
Are you guys going together, or?
It's a family. Yeah, it's the four of us all together.
Okay.
We couldn't leave. It'd be you leaving easy behind. You know what I mean?
So then I guess no. It would be him leaving me behind.
Right.
Oh, no.
Because you got to think about it, dude. This motherfucker had 20,000 followers before more than that, even before I ever come along.
It's
dude. Look, I knew a guy named Mac, and Mac started talking to Big Easy. He goes, "Man, I know this. I can't remember. Something came about with Phil, Bill, and Moonshine." And I thought for the longest time he was talking about Phil.
Right.
And come to find out, no, he was talking about Easy. And I like them both. I met Phil a few times, but I know Big Easy, and he's a good dude. I feel like Phil would be too.
Yeah. It's we all have those. Well, let's put it this way. It would be really difficult for me to go over there and the wife to do all this that we've done by ourselves.
Yep.
And they've been there. They've been there. James has been with me basically almost every time I mashed in or ran, and it would just be so wrong to leave him out of. Yeah, to leave
and
him
that's
out
just it. I wouldn't give you credit without giving him credit. And I wouldn't give him credit without giving you credit. Because every time I met you, he's been there.
Yep. Right. Yep.
James seems to be like a good dude. And you seem to be like a good dude,
See.
The only time I met you without James was in Tennessee, the first time in Kodak.
Hey, and quick story. When I won, I walked outside and I made that phone call and told the wife, and James's wife was sitting in the car, and she had me on voice, and everybody could hear me, speaker, and I told him that I had won, and James happened to have been in the store, and he came back, and the wife, they were talking because I had to get off the phone quick, and I did call him back, and James said he couldn't believe that I won. He thought I'd get second place. He figured, everybody entering and somebody out there that knew better than I did, and I'm not saying there's not, but at that time, you don't bring apples to a corn fight.
That's right, man.
Hey, Hey man, look, if you're gonna bring a fruit to any kind of fight, it sure the fuck ain't gonna be fucking apples.
No.
So Steve,
no.
if you hear this, fuck you, call me. But anyway,
Anyway, I
seriously, like,
digress.
I'll tell you what, I'm proud of you, man. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
of what you're
Appreciate it.
doing. It's fucking awesome.
It
I
is.
wish I could be where you're at,
You will be.
but
I guarantee you will be.
you know what? If it doesn't ever get to that point, I'm cool with it because
Yeah.
that's where I come from. I when I started it, it was never going towards the legal way.
I never planned it.
You know, I'm gonna be legal with Sugarlands at some point.
The
But
year
aside of
when,
that, I'll be with another distillery, whether it's Straitsville or Tucking Reds in Yellow Springs, which is like 15 miles from me. Or if nobody may never take my shit, or Matt Brown may start a distillery, which he will be on Master Distiller here soon. Which is he lives 5 miles from here, so
oh yeah,
yes, sir.
a lot of Ohio boys up there doing that.
Yeah, a lot of
Man,
Ohio
I've told you
boys.
before, and I'll tell you again. You know where good liquor comes from.
It's Florida.
Well, some good liquor comes from
It's the
Florida,
6 months of cold,
But
shitty
most-
weather, man. We got to stay warm and
but
drunk.
There
most
you
good
go.
liquor comes from Ohio. And one of these days, the people I need to know are going to figure it out.
Man, that one day Big E will might be able to taste his liquor, right?
Yep, I can't wait.
Big Easy tastes his liquor anyway. So.
But anyways, all right, we're gonna let everybody off here, man. It's been over an hour and a half.
It was
This has been awesome.
been
Hey,
a
Darrell,
pleasure.
you
was a
don't,
man.
you don't
great
have to
time.
get off here as soon as we end.
Yeah,
it, by the way.
yeah. Afterwards, you ain't got to log off. But
All right.
we're gonna let everybody get on. Uncle Dum Dum again. Congratulations on winning
Thank
Master
you.
Distiller Ultra High Proof.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the new distillery. You guys want the info about Uncle Dum Dum's distillery? Just hit up me or Sean or find Uncle Dum Dum.
Swamp juice.
Old Swamp Juice, man. It's gonna be. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Got me another reason to come down. So
There you go.
come down, see the family, and see the new distillery, and
Your family, man.
I don't get VIP
Need
treatment
family.
very often, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. But anyways, thanks again for being here, Sean. Thanks for hanging out with us, man, and having a good time. This was great. Thank everybody listening. If y'all got any questions, anything, let us know. And so I don't know what Sean's got going on over there, but everybody have a good night and shine on.
Shine on.
Right on.
Later.